Back in 2021, I did a video after going into urinary retention, and I was in hospital. They put a catheter in, and I left with that for a couple of weeks. I don't think I've posted anything about it since because it's been a little bit of a journey. When I had the catheter removed, I was able to pee normally again, and then I got an appointment with the urologist just as a follow-up, where I thought everything was going to be fine and that there weren't going to be any issues. But I found out that after I'd emptied my bladder, I was still retaining quite a lot. So they asked me to self-catheterize, which I tried to do, but because of another chronic pain condition, it's very difficult for me to self-catheterize. It causes a lot of pain and it can bring on my seizures. I've had quite a few tests locally and in London, just various tests to see if they can pinpoint the problem. They're not necessarily saying it's an FND thing. They're treating it as something separate at the moment, but still not 100% sure why I'm retaining. So I'm currently using the self-catheters. Again, it's quite painful. It's not really a good option long term for me. And I spoke to a urologist yesterday. I had an appointment. We'd already been talking about a suprapubic catheter being inserted, and that is now the option that we're going for. So I'm on the waiting list for that. A suprapubic catheter is basically the tube put in through your abdomen straight to your bladder, and then you can attach a bag to it or have a flip flow valve and just empty it. So you can't pee normally. Obviously, you just have to use the valve or the bag. I was really on edge about yesterday. I think I almost basically had a panic attack when I got to the hospital, and after I was really shaky, because I wasn't sure whether I actually wanted it done, and I didn't have an awful lot of confidence. I wasn't, like I say, I didn't know, and I just needed to speak to the consultant, and he was really pleasant. He put my mind at rest. He answered all my questions before I'd even really asked them, and he made me feel confident that I am actually making the right choice. He said, like, the issue with using the self-catheters, that eventually you can build up quite a lot of scar tissue from having to do it quite frequently, which then may make it impossible to actually be able to put catheter in anymore. They also use it as an option for someone who looks like they might be having to use a catheter for life. It's more hygienic and it's easier to clean. And there's other symptoms that I've been getting from having to use these catheters that hopefully will resolve once I have the suprapubic one fitted. So I'm on a waiting list for that now. Back in June when I went into retention, and I went to urgent care, they said it'd be about 6 months. So I'm thinking maybe around September time, but we'll see. I just kind of wanted to keep everyone updated. Obviously, it's been 3 years since I actually mentioned anything about urinary retention because I just didn't know what was going on, and I didn't have much information to give you. So yeah, this is my update. If anyone has any experience with suprapubic catheters, then I would like to know a little bit more about it. Kind of don't want to hear any horror stories if possible, because I just don't have any options now. I know that there are complications, that you can have other issues with them, so I know all about it. I've done my research, but yeah, I would like to hear if anyone's had a good experience, whether it's made someone's life a lot easier and better since they've had it. I know it might seem a little bit naive of me to not want to hear about necessarily the bad stuff, but like I said, this is currently my only option, so I'm already nervous enough. I don't want to add to it. So thank you for watching, and I will try and keep you as up to date as possible. Thanks. Bye.